We're gonna paint a little picture today. Are you ready to paint a picture? Imagine this. You're in a room full of people and everyone gets handed a blank journal. You're instructed to write down every single thing you do every day for the next month. So, you do every single thing. At the end of the month, you all come back together and compare your logs with one another. At first glance, they all seem to look the same. Wake up, make coffee, get the kids to school, scoot off to work, the like. But then you started to see it. Fred swung by the coffee shop every single morning. Priscilla frequented the beauty salon. Ralph seemed like he was saving up enough money to buy the whole world. And Adeline spent a lot of time knitting. Like a lot. That's weird. You don't do any of those things. That is very different from the life you know and love. It's tempting to think, well, if I don't need those things, then they probably don't need those things either. Think of all the time and money they could save. So, you ask Fred why he goes to the coffee shop every day. I commute an hour to work every day, so it's kind of like my little cup of joy in the morning. Okay, that makes sense. I guess he can have that. But Priscilla does not need to be going to the beauty salon twice a month. What is up with that? I'm actually a local news anchor, and I like to keep my hair and nails in top-notch shape because I'm constantly in front of the cameras. Oh, I guess I would do that too. You find out Ralph is saving like a fiend to start his own landscaping company soon, and Adeline, she just really loves knitting. There's not too much else to that one. As you flip through your own journal, you realize that you too have some things written in there that someone else might be baffled to see. Take Julep to doggy daycare 3 times a week. That's not weird, is it? Dust off shoe collection? Everyone collects something. Renew subscription for prebiotic high-fiber sparkling tonic drink. Okay. So, what if we played this game with our budgets? If you were to let someone peek at your budget, what might they learn about you? We all have the necessities covered, the rent, the mortgage, the utilities, groceries. Just like most of our daily tasks and to-dos look generally the same, but our budget can really tell us a lot about ourselves. It can tell what you love. Wow, was this really my 3rd plant this month? It can tell what you forget. Oh, so car insurance is every 6 months. It can tell when you're in denial. Weird, that's the 8th month in a row I've gone over on my eating out budget. By 3 times. Seems good? And it can tell you where you might need to be a little more prepared. Hey, did you know that tires go bad? Like you have to replace them. So, on that note, let's do a little exploring today. Let's flip things around. If your budget could talk, what would it say? It could be one of the most helpful tools in learning a little something about yourself, you know? So let's look at the first thing. In YNAB, when you're consistently seeing red in a category because you're constantly overspending in it, your budget could be telling you one of 2 things. 1, that category is a higher priority for you than you realized, and you've actually been under budgeting. Attention, this is important. It's okay to invest in your priorities, even if they're no one else's priorities. It's not up to anyone else but you what your priorities are and what you choose to budget money for. I am quite sure some people would lose their minds if they knew how much I spent on my dog to go to daycare and eat high quality food, but seeing her happy and social and exercised in ways I can't give her in my rented, fenceless townhome is so important to me and honestly increases my quality of life. If you're an avid Pokemon Go player and you want to pay a little extra to enter some Pokemon events or pay for a Pokemon finder, that's amazing. I don't have to pretend to understand that, because I won't. Just for the love of Jigglypuff, budget for it. You simply need to make sure you're budgeting enough for that category so you're not constantly ending up overspent and borrowing from somewhere else in your budget. Be realistic. Priorities should be prioritized, even if you're the only one you know with that priority. Second thing your budget might say, you're in denial about your spending habits and it's time to rein it in. This is the harder one to come to terms with, but usually pretty easy to identify. If you've been watching Heard It From Hannah for a while, you know that my vice is clothes. My mind is always subconsciously on the hunt for a good sale, for quality but affordable clothes that are stylish while still remaining ultimately more comfortable. Is that really too much to ask? Apparently yes, because I keep going back for more. Clothing is a category I overspend in most months, and it's not because I'm not funding it enough. It is absolutely because I cave into the temptation after I've already hit the limit I decided on for myself, but choose to bypass those restrictions anyway. In this case, your budget would tell you it's time for a heart check and maybe a spending freeze in that area to help you see, indeed, you do not need that thing to survive. Hannah. Next, in YNAB, if you notice your age of money moving up or down, your budget could be trying to tell you one of two things. First thing it could be saying is, congrats saver, older money means less spent dollars. If age of money is confusing to you, think of your bank account like a gumball machine. When you dump a new batch of gumballs in the top, it's gonna take a while of them slowly working their way down before those gumballs are the ones you're dispensing out the bottom and popping in your mouth. The amount of time it takes the gumball from the day it's poured into the top till the day it's dispensed out the bottom would be the age of that gumball. Your dollars are the same. If the current age of my money is 17 days and I enter a brand new paycheck into my budget today, my budget is telling me that at the current pace I'm spending my money, I'll be spending the dollars from that paycheck 17 days from now. Until then, I'll be spending all the other dollars that were in my bank account before I deposited that most recent paycheck. So if you're noticing that the age of your money is going up and up, that means you are spending below your means, spending slower, and saving more dollars. If you're someone who's ever wrestled with impulse spending or unnecessary spending, having a growing age of money is not only super encouraging and invigorating, but it's a very tangible way to have confidence that you are crushing it and improving your money habits. But on the flip side, if you notice that the age of your money is going down, your budget could be trying to tell you, slow your roll, partner. You're spending dollars faster than you previously were. Now, a lowering age of money isn't automatically a bad thing. There are plenty of totally fine and responsible reasons your age of money could drop. When your age of money starts to drop lower, it simply means that you're spending your dollars faster than you were before. So if you were to put a down payment on a house or buy a car or purchase your flights and hotels for an international trip, you're gonna see a healthy dip in your age of money because all those dollars you've been working to save up for that thing just got spent all at once. That's a lot of dollars leaving the budget in one day. So that age of money is gonna drop. But if you're noticing your age of money is dropping lower and lower and you're not making any big or noteworthy purchases, this could be a sign that you've started to spend beyond your means. If this is the case, do a little investigation. Look at your trends and reports, look for categories where you had to cover overspending or move extra money to it, and you may start to get an idea of why your money is leaving your budget faster than before. If your stuff I forgot to budget for or miscellaneous category is overflowing with transactions or always in the red, your budget might be trying to tell you one of two things. One, it might be saying, time to reevaluate. It's time to make your budget a little more granular. If you have a stuff I forgot to budget for or miscellaneous category, these should really only catch the things that don't fit into any other category. Things that happen so infrequently or so uncharacteristically that you wouldn't have known to prepare for them. Examples might be buying a bridesmaid's dress for a friend's wedding, or a new phone charger for the car because the old one doesn't charge anymore. I used to have my Hulu subscription categorized to my miscellaneous category because it was so small and it seemed too insignificant to have its own category, until I realized one day, wait, my Hulu subscription is $6 every single month. I always know it's coming. I should just make a category for it. Similarly, I sell and ship secondhand items all the time. Should I continue categorizing those shipping costs to my miscellaneous category like I have been? Or is it time to beef up a postage category and put a little bit toward that category every month? Look for patterns in your miscellaneous or stuff I forgot to budget for categories and fashion your budget to match it. Second thing your budget might tell you is stop using your miscellaneous category to hide your overspending. Your miscellaneous category should be used to cover unforeseen miscellaneous expenses, not as a buffer to cover all your overspending in all your other categories. If you find you're constantly borrowing money from your miscellaneous category to cover the red overspending in your other categories, this is not a lack of preparedness issue. This is an overspending issue. You're not confronting your desire to break budget and overspend in other categories, and you're using your miscellaneous category as a band-aid to patch up that problem. When you do this, you're also cheating yourself out of the beauty of having your miscellaneous category build and grow over time. When I had the opportunity to throw a bridal shower for a friend, I really regretted treating my miscellaneous category as my overspending buffer, because if I had harnessed my overspending and let my miscellaneous category build up over time, I would have had a much bigger budget to plan that party with. Your budget knows more about you than you think, and it has all the information it needs to call you out and put you in your place. So the question is, will you listen to your budget? Will you let it teach you, or will you let those teachable moments pass you by? I'd love to hear what else your budget has taught you about yourself. If you're budgeting well, you may be spending more time with your budget than most people. Hashtag social distancing, am I right? It knows you, so let it teach you. I promise you won't regret it. See you next time. Grab Fred and Priscilla. Crap, I did not prepare for this. Okay. I'm actually a local news anchor. Yee doggy.